The thing that got your business to 6 figures won't get it to 7. After helping countless 6, 7 and 8 figure entrepreneurs systemize their business and their personal operations, I've noticed most get stuck at a few $100K per year, all because no one ever tells them to fix this one thing. So in this video, I'm going to show you what that one thing is and how you can fix it so you can scale past $1 million per year in just a few hours per day. Now, when most founders hit the mid 6-figure mark, they think the next step is obvious. Get more clients, hire more people, work harder, add more offers, etc., etc. And that makes perfect sense on paper. If you got here by doing X, doing more of X should take you further, right? Well, it's not that simple. Let me explain. The thing that got you here was built on your current skills, your current habits, your current way of operating, and that's fine for the level you're at now, but it's completely mismatched to the demands of a multi-million-dollar business. You see, your business is nothing but a reflection of you. And it doesn't care if you've got a fresh haircut, a shiny new website, or a new project management tool. It's going to reflect exactly who you are. If you're decisive, your business will move fast. But if you're scattered, your business is just chaos with a nice logo. And if you struggle to finish what you start, your business will have more half-finished ideas and plots than a bad Netflix series. If your execution speed is already maxed out, adding more clients just gives you more late nights. If your decision making is slow, adding more team members just multiplies the number of people waiting for you. If your prioritization is unclear, every new initiative will compete for your attention until everything overwhelms you. You don't have the time for it all and nothing gets done. So yes, you can push and use brute force to get past this point. But first off, how far can you push with brute force? You might add 10% onto your top line, maybe 20% if you're lucky. And secondly, you will not like what it costs you. More work, more stress, less clarity, and ironically, slower growth. This is something I try my best to drive home to clients all the time. Scaling is not just doing more. Scaling is increasing your capacity, and your business's capacity right now is limited by your capacity. It's like you've built this beautiful glass ceiling above your business, except you put it there without noticing. Every blind spot, hesitation, and gap in your ability stacks up until you've created this invisible barrier that you keep running into. And because you can't see it, you start blaming the market, your team, it not being the right time, or Mercury being in bloody retrograde. But really the problem is you, okay? You're running into an invisible wall, not because the market is bad, not because your offer suddenly stopped working, but because you've already maxed out what your current self can sustain. And I know this seems sort of rude and harsh, but guess what? Somebody has to tell you this. And if that makes me the bad guy and telling you that this is all your fault, then so be it. Because every weakness you have at a personal level becomes a bottleneck at the business level. And this isn't just some theory or some idea I have. I've seen it play out over and over. I've worked with business owners doing $500,000 a year who were convinced they had a marketing problem. And so the only thing they would even consider looking at was marketing. That was it, okay? They wouldn't even consider anything else. So once he fixed his marketing, sales went up and then operations collapsed, because in reality, he might have had a marketing problem. That might have been true, but his real problem was a personal problem. He was the sole point of approval for everything to do with client work, from the color of the ad to the tone of the email and everything else. Shockingly, the business could only move as fast as he could think and decide, because nothing could get done without him signing off on it. The bottleneck was not marketing. The bottleneck was him. So if you want to know the potential of your business, don't check your P&L. Check the fucking mirror. And I say mirror in Northern Irish accent, please. It's M-I-R-R-O-R. Mirror. That's how I say it. Hopefully you can understand me. We love to tell ourselves that it's, the lack of time or money or the right people that's, slowing us down and holding us back. But think about it like this and be honest with yourself. If I magically dropped $1 million business in your lap tomorrow, would you be able to handle it without it all falling apart? Would you be able to run and scale that business more effectively than your current one? No, you wouldn't. It's the exact same reason football clubs, and no, it is not soccer, it's football, but it's why they don't draft a player into the Premier League and then teach them how to play at that level. They look for the players already prepared for that level, for the pace, the pressure, and the standards before they ever walk onto the pitch. Sure, you might be thinking, that's fine, I'll just hire people who are better than me at the stuff I'm bad at. And, you definitely should do that. You definitely should. That's a great thing to do. But if you cannot lead at the next level, those hires will not stay. If you don't have clear processes and well-built systems in your business, those hires will cause you more headache than value. And if you don't know what, good looks like in that role, you'll either micromanage or undermanage, and both kill the performance of your team and therefore business. Hiring to get to the next level of business without being the person capable of operating at that level is like giving a race car to someone who's only ever driven in a supermarket car park, a learner. The car has potential. That car can do whatever you want, but the driver's not ready and the car will crash. I had a client once who swore that hiring a COO would solve everything, and that sounds great, right? That could solve all your problems depending on what your problems are, except that person did not have the skills to lead a COO. They had no decision-making frameworks, they had no clarity and priorities, no systems in place. So what happened? They hired the person, it flopped, and now they were out a fat salary and even more frustrated. This is why step one to growing your business is not to do more or to add more. It is to become more. You have to build your capacity as you build your company, because if you're already struggling to run your business effectively at the level it is, then guess what? More money, more staff, more resources will not make it easier. Okay? It will make it feel like juggling chainsaws while riding a fucking unicycle. Okay? It's going to be hard. Right now, you are the bottleneck. And if you want to get to 7 figures or even 8, you need to fix that. You need to remove yourself as the bottleneck in your business, which means you have to improve the handful of capabilities and skills that directly control the pace and direction of your business. And look, every business owner talks about, wanting freedom, but most design their business to need them in every decision. It's like building a beautiful sports car, but making yourself the only mechanic who knows how to fix the engine. The faster you drive, the more the engine needs tuning. And guess who's always stuck under the bonnet? You. When I work with business owners at selfmastery.co, links in the description, by the way, we help clients improve 8 choke points that limit you as an entrepreneur and in turn limit your business. Because if you think about it, right, your business is simply the result of your actions and your decisions. And so if they are limited in any way, then your business will be limited as well. So what I've noticed is that business owners who break through to $1 million or more a year without chaos and stress and overwhelm improve their execution. So work gets done faster with less friction. They master prioritization, so they spend 80% of their time on the 20% of activities that drive results. They guard their focus, so deep work actually happens and they don't jump from shiny object to shiny object. They manage their time like an asset, allocating it to where its ROI is highest. They build decision-making frameworks so choices are made in minutes, not weeks, and therefore they move faster. They upgrade their skills and knowledge so that they can lead confidently at a higher level. And so they know what to do next, and they improve their identity. They remove the limiting beliefs that hold them back and in turn expand the potential of their actions. And look, the goal over time is, of course, to, level up all 8 of these choke points, and some can be fixed overnight, like time management. That is a do these 5 things tomorrow sort of improvement. Others, like your skills or your decision making or your identity, take time. Simple, right? But the main goal right now is for you to pinpoint which of these choke points is costing you the most, which is holding you back right now, and then solve it with a system for your personal operation. So like literally right now, like pause the fucking video, okay, or just finish it and then do this, right? Which of those things is your main issue? Do you struggle to know what to work on first? Then learn to prioritize better. Do you struggle to manage your time? Then learn how to manage it, okay? Do you find decision-making difficult? Then build frameworks to make it easy. Do you get distracted all the time? Then learn to focus. Do you lack the skills to achieve your current goal? Then learn what skills you need and build those skills. One of them areas is your biggest bottleneck, okay? Find it and fix it. The more you strengthen each of those areas, the more you grow into your potential, and in turn, the better you can run your bloody business. And once you do that, something really interesting happens. You stop being the bottleneck, okay? Because if your business is trying to push past your current capacity, but your current capacity is here, your business might have the potential to be up here, but it can't get past your level because everything trickles down from you. And so you're limiting your business. So therefore, we want to improve you so that your business has a higher ceiling to expand into. And when you improve those 8 areas, that's what you do. You improve how you operate and how you execute so that your business has a higher ceiling. You start running and scaling your business effectively and efficiently. Basically, you start running your business how a business should be run. And that's when systemizing and delegating actually start to work. Because before you do this, right, A lot of people try to hand off and delegate tasks before they've either built systems or when they're still limited by their own actions and decisions, and therefore the delegation never works, etc. But when you do this first, right, when you upgrade yourself and then you systemize the business, you're handing over a machine that's already running smoothly. You know, if you try to delegate chaos, you just delegate chaos. It's that simple. If you skip this and you try to scale anyway, you might grow your top line, you might, okay? But your profit, your freedom, and your sanity will shrink. I've seen it, okay? $1 million businesses that feel worse to run than when they were at $250,000 a year. This is why before I ever help a client build systems or hire, we work on removing them as the bottleneck. Because if you scale the business before you scale yourself and your abilities, you just scale the chaos and the headache, okay? You have to be operating at the level of your business or higher. You have to become the version of you who can run a 7 or 8 figure business first, and then install these systems and the team to support it. So yes, you need to focus on improving your business, building systems, streamlining it, and of course, growing it. Of course, you know, I shouldn't have to say that, but by fuck, do not forget that you're the one driving it. And if you're not at the level that you need to be at, the business will not get to where you want it to go. So spend time improving your execution, prioritization, focus, time management, decision-making, skills, knowledge, and identity. Figure out which one is your biggest bottleneck right now, which one is your biggest problem, then fix it, then move on to the next whilst you improve your business, and basically do the same thing with your business where you're constantly solving bottlenecks. And look, no, this is not easy, but you're trying to get your business from 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 figures, okay? Why would it be easy? Like, how can you expect that to be easy? Now, the good thing is, and it's a bit, I suppose, paradoxical or hypocritical based on what I just said, but as you improve yourself in those 8 areas, you improve your potential, you improve what you're capable of doing, you improve your capacity. And so running your business and growing it does actually get easier. But every time you want to get to a new level in business, you have to get to a new level, and that is difficult. You feel like there's a wall in front of you, but you have no choice but to climb it. And look, if you want proven systems to execute and operate at the level you need to, click the first link in the description below. Work with me. We'll systemize both you and your business so you can grow faster while you work less and your business can run itself. But if that's not for you, that's fine. You can just do it yourself. It'll take longer. You'll have more headache, but you can do it, okay? You can improve yourself whilst you improve your business, and you can install the systems and team to support your business. Otherwise, and you have to do it because otherwise you are limiting your business. And, you know, that's another area where a lot of people mess this up. They try to delegate to their team before they systemize. They hand off a task with no process, no clear outcome, no real guidance. And then they act shocked when they're asked a million questions and work comes back like it's been through a bloody blender. Like, imagine a restaurant trying to scale by hiring more chefs without ever writing down the recipes. You might get faster food, okay? They might throw out more food per hour, but every plate would taste different, and half the time, you know, you'd probably give someone food poisoning. So when you work with us at selfmastery.co, we take a different approach, okay? We systemize you so that you operate at the level you need to. Then we build the operational skeleton of the business. Systems, scorecards, ownership, SOPs, etc., so that the business actually runs effectively. And then when you plug someone into the system runs the show, not how well you can help everyone. And that's how we've had clients go from 60-hour weeks to under 20 without sacrificing growth. When you systemize before you delegate, you're not just giving away tasks, you're giving away outcomes. And that's when delegation actually creates freedom instead of, you know, replacing one headache with another. Oh, and if you want the deep dive into exactly how to systemize and delegate the right way so your business can run without you, click this video on screen right now. I'll show you how to do it.